The Ottawa Real Estate Board just released its numbers for January, and I'm sure you've heard some of the media headlines by now. Home sales down 35%, and the sky is falling. For the 11th straight month, the real estate slowdown has continued here in Ottawa, and in this video, we're going to break down the numbers for you and tell you if home buyers are still trying to time the market, and if you should buy now or wait even longer. Stick around. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. My name is Andrei with the Medow Group, and we service Ottawa and surrounding areas, all things real estate. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification for upcoming content. And if after this video you might have some questions about the real estate market or require additional info on a specific neighborhood, there's a link in the description below and you can schedule a call directly with me. So for the first month of the year is over and home buyers are still patiently sitting on the sidelines trying to time the market to see if now is the time to buy a home. And to be honest, I don't blame them. We've had a total of 8 interest rate hikes since last year, and the average Ottawa home sales price down $95,000 in January from 2022. Speaking of sales, this is where the media is coming in hard with big numbers to confuse you even more. Yes, home sales, or the number of transactions, are down 35% year over year, so same time as last year in January of 2022. But keep in mind that this was a completely different aggressive seller's market leading up to our peak month of record number of sales and home prices by the end of March of 2022. So we are comparing the numbers from a different time in the market, and that means the next 3 months, you're going to hear a lot of these types of headlines. But I'm here to show you each asset class, days on market, and the number of sales so we can compare the last couple of months and see where the trend is taking us to better predict if you should wait a bit longer or get into the market now. By the way, before I show you the numbers, do you think our months of inventory has gone up or gone down since last month of December? Let me know in the comments below. Here we have the month-over-month comparison. On the left-hand side, we have the different asset classes: detached, semi-detached, townhomes, condos. DOM is days on market, MOI is months of inventory or our available supply, and of course, last but not least, is the number of sales or how many transactions have happened for the month. For this example, we're going to compare January to December. I think the last 2 months will give us a clear indication of what to expect, especially for next month in February. December being the slowest month of 2022 and January being our first month. We really want to see if there's been a difference in the average price of a home in the different asset classes. So we're going to start with detached homes. So back in January, we were trading at $710. And in December, we're $692. So you can see that the average home price has increased. Semi-detached homes back in December were trading at $607,000. They've now increased to $683,000 in 1 month. I would consider that to be a pretty significant jump. Townhomes are our most popular asset class, upsize from condos, an entry-level point for families and young professionals. Back in December was trading at $585, just a slight increase to $598, so essentially hovering the last 2 months. Condos, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, did see a decrease. We were trading at $434 in December. In January, dipped down to $412,000. Now, days on market, something to keep an eye out for buyers and sellers, of course. We went from 38 in December to 44. So what this means for sellers is that you need to be very strategically priced in the market. You have to be also patient. Gone are the days where your home sells in 7 to 10 days, as we saw back in our peak market in March of 2022. And for buyers, what this means is there's a little bit less pressure. You have time to be in the market. And you can compare homes. That doesn't mean that you should take your time and expect that no house will sell, because it all comes down to the condition and the location of each house. Some houses can sell much quicker, and don't forget that this is an average price. MOI, months of inventory, our available supply, as you can see, has actually stayed the same. So we are 3.8 months of inventory. A balanced market is 4 months and up, so very, very close, but we're staying in that 3.8. We'll be very curious to see for February if we dip down a little bit. And our number of sales also essentially stayed the same. We're at 601 sales in December, and January was 606. And again, the number of sales is the number of transactions that have happened for the month. And as you can see, a slight increase. So again, something to keep an eye out. January is a very interesting month. It's the start of the year. We're coming from a very slow 2022 in terms of sales. We essentially went from an aggressive seller's market to almost a balanced market. So again, I think the next month will really give buyers a clear understanding of what to do. But based on what we see here so far, the numbers are increasing. So be very careful Don't wait too long. We call that the cost of waiting. But again, let's see what happens in next month. Okay, there you have it. Those were the numbers for January of 2023. Each asset class has increased in price, with the exception of condos. Average days on market has also increased, which means sellers need to be patient and strategically price their homes, and months of inventory or available supply is holding steady and close to a balanced market for the time being. It seems that buyers are finally starting to understand that buying a home is not just about the average price decreasing, but rather the cost of borrowing money as the interest rates keep increasing. As the average price of a home increases, as we just saw in the comparison between December and January, so will your monthly carrying cost or your mortgage payment. Remember that you can lock in your rate with a lender for up to 120 days so you can freely shop around and compare homes before making a decision. So make sure to speak to your broker or lender and find out if your affordability has changed in the last 3 months. And one question that I've been getting a lot, and that is it true bidding wars are back in Ottawa? And the answer is yes, but we'll save that for another video. Thanks for watching and catch you in the next one.